Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today. And before I start, I'd just like to say welcome to my new subs. I've looked at the list of people who have subscribed over the last few weeks, and I always appreciate getting new subs. And I make history videos because that's what I'm interested in. And I make music videos because that's what I enjoy. And I know, and I'm friends with some pretty talented people in Las Vegas, so I like sharing their talents. So music and history, that's what you get from my channel. I don't think that's too bad of a combo. And I'd also like to say there's a small group of subs that I have met and talked to down on the strip. And if you get talking to me and you get to the point where I say I have a YouTube channel, then we have had a nice and fairly lengthy conversation. And some of those conversations I have really enjoyed. And I've enjoyed meeting all you who have subscribed my channel that I've met, mainly down by the Luxor. Surprise, surprise. But I just like to say those people, glad you subbed me, and I enjoyed those conversations. And some of you, we got in pretty deep. And you realize that I know a little bit about Egypt after we got into those conversations, and I know some of you got fairly wide-eyed at a few points, but I enjoyed those, and I enjoyed meeting new people, and I've never mentioned that, so I just want to say that today. But today, we are going to go down to a place because I have had messages from Google Earth people who want a new place to explore. And this is in Chile. I made a video on this a long time ago, and I called it the Atacama Giant, but it also has another name. This is called the Tarapaca Giant. And you see it's on a mound or a mountain all by itself out here in a plain, surrounded by further mountains out here. But this is one of the biggest geoglyphs we have in the world. Let me just zoom in here and show you what it looks like. This is about 390 feet tall, and people have theorized this is a rain god of these people, and there are lunar alignments built into these lines emanating from the head and points on the body. It's a little confusing to me, but that is what the general theory is. This is Atlas Obscura, and I've used them before. And they have some pics here, and their website covers many ancient sites, but I just wanted to show these pics. Go through them real quick. Of this giant geoglyph. And it says, likely created sometime between 1000 and 1400 of the current era by a successive series of indigenous cultures, including the Inca. The massive figure rests among the 5,000 smaller images of birds, mystical designs, and other images that have been etched on the ground. So this place, and I'll show you in a second, has things carved in the earth all around this area. Nazca is the most famous area down here where there is geoglyphs in the earth. Well, if you want to explore on Google Earth, here's a spot. It says the images were created by either digging out the lines of the design from the soil or by placing patterns of the stones and sand on top of it, and sometimes a mixture of the two methods. It says the giant is 390 feet tall and built in a direct and unpretentious design with no flourishes save for the straight lines emanating from its head and torso to imitate either some sort of ceremonial garb or the unearthly features of a god. And remember the Blythe Antelios in California? That giant geoglyph had lines emanating from the head. Just thought I would point that out. Now these lines, they theorize they had a purpose. It says, when they aligned with the moon, the lines in the giant's headdress in conjunction with the other points on its body, the image would have been used to track the time of the year, so that the ancient builders could predict the coming of the crucial rainy season. And that is the theory. While the Atacama Giant may not be the most famous geoglyph in the game, the size, clarity, and former importance of the rain god to the people who made the design allow it to stand tall regardless. And I will leave this link for Atlas Obscura. They cover many, many ancient sites around the world. Now, let's just take a look around, and I know I've had messages from Google Earth people, and also people who want to start making videos. Well, this is a great place to look around. As you can see here, these are like Nazca type lanes carved in the earth. We have circles right here. And those of you who want to start a channel, why don't you search around this area, record a video, and send it to me? I dare you. I'll share it with everybody. You know I will. But you see here, we have patterns, other things carved. Is that a bird's head right here? It's kind of tough to make this out, but this area is just full of different things here. Let's go searching up here just briefly. Some huge circles carved in the earth right here. And it looks like there is some sort of arc between them. And then all around here, just out from this little mountain, you have some strange, mysterious features carved in the earth. This is just a great place to check out. And here's a different point on that long, large mound. A star image and some sort of cross image and other things etched in the earth here. But look around this area. Out in the plain, you will find long lines and other things and some ancient structures in the earth. The Atacama Giant, also called the Tarapaca Giant, located right here. What does this represent? Well, they seem to think it's a rain god, and in this region that would make total sense to me. Is he carrying anything? Well, take a look around this area on Google Earth. Let me know what you think. There's his feet, waist. Seems something's coming out right here. These lines emanating from the head. Is there alignments built into that? Well, now whenever I find anything on Google Earth, I always look at it directly aligned to north to see if there's any sort of alignment built into the structure or into a nearby surrounding structure or geological feature, such as a large hill or mountain. But with this, it's out there kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there really wasn't anything to look into an alignment. But if you back up way far up here, directly to the north, if you align it directly north, it goes over this part of Lake Titicaca. Does this go over anything special? Does it, the fact it goes over the lake, mean anything? I don't know. And I'm not really familiar with the northwestern side of the lake here. And remember, this is an ancient lake. It went all the way up to Tiwanaku about 12,000 years ago. But I don't know if this goes over any ruins here. Now, that northerly alignment is kind of flimsy. It's just a very general alignment. It is directly north, and it does fall over that portion of the lake. But that lake is very big. It is far away, but it is a very large lake. Does this have any similarity to a god up at Tiwanaku, once on the shores of Lake Titicaca? Well, here is the gate of the sun. This god is standing straight up, arms outstretched. Does have lines emanating from the head, but people attach this to the sun god and Viracocha, so that is just a very general comparison. And one thing that I will mention, people have attached this to Viracocha and the Inca and the sun god. And the Aymara Indians, the standard model of history has them. Some have them building Tiwanaku, and the Aymara Indians clearly say it was already in ruins when they arrived. But if you are a longtime follower of my channel, you know I attach this god to another story, and that is the story of El Dorado. And you may say, huh? What? Isn't that in a whole different part of the South American continent? And I guess some of that myth does arrive in other parts. But if you knew a great secret, a city of gold, would you put out the story and give the location? Of course you wouldn't. And where did the Spanish go in the year after they found out about this El Dorado story? Where was their next expedition to? It was to Tiwanaku, a city that was once covered in gold. But the Spanish were too late. That city was already taken apart. Here it is today. I marked it right here. There is ancient docking structures at Tiwanaku today. I think it is about 10 miles from the current shore. I think that's where the El Dorado story comes from. It comes from a Great Lake, certainly. But that'll give you a little look at the Atacama Giant. Those of you who like using Google Earth, check it out. Just enter Atacama Giant. It'll take you right in. And those of you who want to start making videos, why don't you make one, send it to me, and maybe I'll string a series of those together and share it with everybody. Hope you thought that was cool, and you all have a very nice day.